Oh, I don't know as good as I faced. They're good though.
I mean this year.
Yeah, sure. They're good. I mean, I like, Keating's done he's had a heck of a year. He's a good field goal kicker. He's what, 90 whatever percent. Doesn't look like he's going to miss many. He's not a spectacular kickoff guy, and we've had a lot of success against him in kickoff returns. I think they're punting. Their punter Seafreeze. Now he's battled a little bit of a groin injury off and on. When he's not, I think he's the best. I think he's the best there is. I like him better than Leckler. Trust me, I'm splitting hairs there, but I think he's really, really talented. And Osgood was the guy that was elected, as the special teams guy, so he's a multi-talented guy. And Sproles is, reminds me a lot of Leon. I think I don't know if he's quite as strong as Leon, but he's, fast like that, and he's certainly a talented guy. So yeah, they're a very talented team.
Mike, just to go back to last week quickly, I mean, in your long career, did you ever face any kind of a situation like that where you have to change gears like that?
I've had several times where one guy's gotten hurt and another guy's had to fill in. Actually, at Miami, in an opening punt of the season, we lost our punter for a game. He had a hamstring or something. And Lindo Mari was a backup punter and filled in, did a tremendous job, much like Jay did. We know Jay can punt. I mean, he punted, last week one day. We know that he can do it. We didn't expect that, and we thought that it would only last a short time, but it didn't. And then the medical community, doctors, they didn't want to take a chance, and which is really, it's a shame it all happened because he's going to be fine. It just was one of those very unusual things, and he's had a little bit of a history of, and then it just triggered and did not come back the way any of us thought would. So, but I thought Jay did a remarkable job. Certainly more than we could ask him to do.
So at the start of the game, you were hoping Steve would be able to?
Sure, we thought he'd be right back.
By his own admission, Jay said that based on the way he'd been punting in practice, he said, I really didn't have a really positive,
we didn't either.
Go on. So I'm curious as to what, right, so now you can laugh about it, but when you first knew he was going
we just
out,
thought, I thought once we talked to him, I asked him about a thing we wanted to do right off the bat, and I said, no, let's just get it off quickly and get it up high. And Brad did a nice job of bluffing, made us look like we were going to fake it half the time. I think that held them, that occupied them for just a split second, let Jay get it and kick it. And Jay's a competitor. And then one thing you know about Jay Feely, I mean, he's a very talented athlete, first of all. He does a lot of things well. I mean, he's an outstanding golfer. He can run and tackle. Jay's a good athlete, and he just competed. He just went in a very, very difficult situation and competed admirably, to say the very least. Did a heck of a job. Just outstanding.
Mike, Rex was saying just earlier today that, on special teams, we got to step up our game. We got too much talent to let them, be taking the ball out to our 50-yard line as well. I mean,
well, they've had 2 in 2 weeks, so yeah, I mean, it's not like we got a million, but yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean, you got to make the play. Certainly, there's a couple of those guys that missed a tackle. You might question their talent maybe a little bit, but yeah, it was the same return, same guy. I thought we got grabbed on the one where we could have made it, and we had an unblocked guy right in the middle of the field. They didn't touch him. They confused the count. He didn't tackle him. What do you want me to tell you? I mean, if you tackle him, we'd have ball been on the 24-yard line. So you got to make the tackle. Didn't make it. Those things happen sometimes.
Mike, why, you had said early in the year about Golston that he's not good in space. He's better in short areas, so why is he running down kickoff?
You play him on the edge.
But he seemed to be right in the area of...
No, he wasn't. Broke way inside of him. We play him on an edge, squeeze it to him. Actually, his assignment, he's done a very good job. We don't put him right there. Plus, we got to have 11. That to answer the rest of the question. I mean, we're trying to find him. No, we don't ask him to. We ask him to play an edge like he would as an outside linebacker, and he squeezes it. That was not his. He ran into another linebacker. It wasn't him at all. Actually, Vernon's done a pretty nice job of what we've asked him to do. We're trying to kick it to him and squeeze it and put him in a short confined area, and he's actually played very well. He's actually covered very, very well for what we've asked him to do. That play was absolutely nothing to do with him.
Mike, what are the, not to be redundant, what are the unique challenges that Sproles brings? I know you just said he's much like Leon.
Well, he's got First of all, he's a gutsy guy. Well, I mean, he's a tough little guy. He's got a great burst, very good vision. He sees things well, and he's a challenger. You know, he'll challenge you. And he's got that low center of gravity, kind of like Leon. You know, and he gets down there, and then he makes that very quick burst, and he's sudden. He hits it. But what he does, I think, more than anything, when you watch him, I mean, you know, I've played against him a number of times. He's full speed. He's full go. You know, he's not a guy that dances. I mean, he gets it and goes. And you know, sometimes maybe it's not there, but he'll make that real quick, that one step and go. So he's a dangerous guy. And then he's got some acceleration skills that once he gets out, you know, he can accelerate and run past people. He's a very talented, very talented guy. We played well against him. Last couple of times we played him, particularly last year, we covered the heck out of him. So, hoping to do the same.
There are some teams that would probably just kick the ball away from him and, you know, try and give up yardage
Well,
and put it
you
out of
know,
bounds.
the question to that is where are you going to kick it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you kick it in the field on a kickoff, he's going to field it. That's just all there is to it. He'll be the field. Now on a punt, we'll certainly try to limit it, punt it toward the side, and even punt it out. Of course, if we get an opportunity, you know, sometimes they try to force you to prevent you from punting it that way. But we'll try to limit the field. We try that all the time anyway. I hope we can do it. We'll try to squeeze it down and get it to where our fast guys are and make that kind of play. If you get the right kind of punt, you get it drifted over and let the wind blow a little bit to the side. And certainly, we'll certainly very definitely do that. And there are many times when we try to punt it out of bounds. We don't always do it, but we try. We certainly try. And I protect it a particular way that it's advantageous to doing it. And you just have to execute it. You know, excuse me, when we want that ball to come up, and we punt to the side all the time anyway. Doesn't always look that, but we're certainly trying it. We're trying to do it.
With Morrell, is he out of the doghouse yet?
What do you mean? I don't know if they're sure I put him in there, so that's your.
There was a quote from you last week about he made a few mistakes. I was not here, but you were asked about why he wasn't playing.
You know, doghouse is something I don't want to refer to be honest with you. No, he's not. He probably won't be active, but there's, you know, you can't get them all.
The thing is, people on the outside, and you're the expert, so you answer this. Morrell was making a number of tackles on kick coverage, and all of a sudden he's deactivated. Golston's playing. You did say he had a role, but he doesn't make as many tackles, even though it might be a different role. But don't you want Golston to make tackles too on occasion? Different
positions, different spots in them for them, and plus that, you know, you're talking apples and oranges because you're comparing one guy to, you know, his role on defense and another, so it's
but
not.
He really doesn't play much on defense either, so it's probably more of a special teams decision, wouldn't you say? If neither one of them's playing? That was absolutely not that way. Not a team's decision between those two guys. It's absolutely not. What does Golston do on defense? Because it's hard to see that right now.
You ask those guys.
Okay.
But that's the way it is. It comes down to that. I mean, I use him and put him on the punt team. He's done a pretty good job, and on punt return, he's been pretty good. He's not, you know, Vern's not on the kickoff coverage, so you're asking the wrong guy. Okay? All right, guys.